Hello, Namaskar and welcome. Simulation and a new case. Yes, please don't forget to click the button show more below the screen. Yes, there is the question in writing form and some more important things which I want to pass on to you in written form. So please don't forget to click the show more button. Let's take the question. The management of a company is considering the question of marketing a new product. The fixed cost required in the project, or rather fixed operating costs, amounting to rupees 4,000. Three factors are uncertain. They are the selling price, variable cost and the annual sales volume. And as we know that selling price and variable cost are always considered per unit. The product has a life of only 1 year. The management has the data on these three factors in the form of probability distributions. This is probability distribution of selling price per unit. Yes, there are possible 3, 4 or 5 with probabilities 0.2, 0.5, 0.3. Variable cost per unit 1, 2, 3 possible with probabilities respectively 0.3, 0.6 and 0.1, and possible sales quantities are 2000, 3000 and 5000 units respectively with probabilities of 0.3, 0.4 and 0.3, 0.3 and 0.4. Okay. Considering the following sequence of 30 random numbers, yes, 30 random numbers which I have already written in the question are so and so. Using these are actually 30, I have already written as a part of this format which I am going to use in solution. Using the sequence, first three numbers for the first trial. This is first trial. So first three, then 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and so on. This is 30th number. If you refer to the question. First three are to be used for first trial, second three are to be, that means 4th, 5th, 6th to be used for second trial, 7th, 8th, 9th to be used for third trial and so on. So last 28, 29 and 30th will be used for 10th trial. In that way we need to use the given random numbers. Okay. Using the sequence first three random numbers for the first trial etc. Simulate the average contribution and average profit for the above project on the basis of 10 trials. Okay, that's why 30 random numbers have been given. And since the random numbers are in 1 and 2 digits, we need to take the cumulative probability in 2 digits so that we can say, consider the percentage frequency easily. Yeah, okay. So first of all, let's go for the three probability distributions with cumulative probability and random number ranges. In case of simulation problem solving, this is always the first step. Point 2 remains the same first. I am writing it to 0.20 because so it will be very easy to consider these as 20, the percentage frequency. 0.2 plus 0.5 will be 0.70 and 1. The last must be 1. Okay. Here it will be 0.30 plus 0.6, 0.90 plus 1 plus 0.1, 1. And in case of sales quantity that must be 0.30, 0.60 and 1. So these are cumulative probabilities, and since they have been written in 2 decimal places form, we can easily consider them as percentage frequency. And as we know, the random numbers are in single digit as well as 2 digits. We need the range from 00 to 99. Okay, consider these as 20. 20 minus 1, 19 will be the upper limit of the first range. First range always starts from 00 or 0. Yes, then consider 20 as the starting point or lower limit of the second range. 70 minus 1, 69 will be its upper limit. 70 will be the lower limit of the last, and 100 minus 1, 99. In this way here it will be 00 to 29, 30 to 89 and 90 to 99. And in this case it will be 00 to 29, 30 to 59 and 60 to 99. So now we have cumulative probability distributions as well as, most importantly, random number ranges of selling price, variable cost and sales quantity. On the basis of these random numbers we can determine the range, and on the basis of that range we can find out the relevant selling price or variable cost or quantity as the case may be. Now in the second step we can directly go for simulation of everything. Simulation of selling price in all 10 trials, variable cost per unit in all 10 trials, selling price minus variable cost can give us the contribution per unit, then simulated sales quantity, multiplication of simulated sales quantity and simulated contribution per unit will give us total contribution, and if we subtract fixed cost, that is given to be 4,000 for any trial, the remaining amount will be profit. So these two are the, say, columns for which we need to prepare all these columns. To get the simulated average contribution and average profit, we need to find out simulated selling prices, variable cost, sales quantity and contribution per unit. That is the reason. So the direct reference to the basic concepts of marginal costing are there. So without using the term marginal costing, we are actually solving the sum with the help of basics of marginal costing. That's why simulation, or rather we teachers prefer to teach the chapter of simulation at the end of the subject. Because of the need of some higher level students, I require to present this chapter at earlier stage. Otherwise, this chapter should be taught at the end. Yes? Okay. Whatever the thing is. Let's go for first random number, that is for selling price. Because first three, second set of three, third set of three and so on, we are going to use the 30 random numbers. First is 81, that stands for selling price. 81 falls in the range of 70-99, so the relevant price is 5. Okay, 5. Random number 32, that is second number in the list, stands for first trial of variable cost. 32, the relevant range is 30-89 and relevant variable cost comes to 2. So if these two random circumstances occur, the price will be 5 and variable cost will be 3. 5 minus 3, the contribution per unit will be 2. The third random number is 60, that stands for sales quantity, and 60 comes in the range of 60-99 last, so the number of units will be 5,000. So we may say that if these three random circumstances occur, this can be the situation. Now 5,000 units are sold and contribution per unit of rupees 2 is earned. Total contribution will be 3. This is 5 minus 2. Yes, 3. 5 into 3, it will be 15,000. Yes, there was an error in writing by me. Instead of 2, I wrote the variable cost as 3. That was actually answer. Okay, 15,000 and fixed cost remains fixed, 4,000. 15,000 minus 4,000, 11,000 will be the simulated profit of first trial. Now second trial, the first random number which stands for selling price is 4. That means the first range 90. Selling price will be 3. Another fifth random number rather is 36, that stands for variable cost. 36 falls in 30-89 range and variable cost comes to 2. So 3 minus 1 contribution will be 3 minus 2 contribution will be 1. Okay, 31 is the third random number in second trial, that is for sales quantity. 31 falls between 30 and 59, so the relevant quantity comes to 3,000. Yes, 3,000 units can be sold and contribution of rupee 1 can be earned. So the total contribution comes to 3,000, that is less than the fixed cost. So there will be loss of 1,000. If this kind of situation occur in reality, there will be a loss of rupees 1,000. Third trial. The first number is 67. That is for selling price. It falls in the range 2069. So the relevant selling price comes to 4. Second random number in this trial is 25. That falls in the range 0029 and stands for variable cost. So the variable cost is 1. 25. Variable cost 1. Okay. Yes? And third random number 24 stands for sales quantity. Relevant range is 0029. Relevant quantity is 2. Contribution will be 4 minus 1, 3. Selling price minus variable cost. Total contribution will be 2,000 into 3, 6,000. From 6,000 we have to write off fixed cost of rupees 4,000 and the profit will be 2,000. Now fourth trial, first random number which is for selling price is 10. That falls in the range 0019. So selling price can be 3 or determined can be 3. Yes, 40 stands for variable cost, falls in the range 3089. So variable cost will be 2. Variable cost 2, selling price 3, contribution comes to rupee 1 only. Another random number is as small as 2. Okay, no problem. That stands for sales quantity and that falls in the range 0 to 29. Relevant quantity comes to 2. 2,000 units will be sold, contribution of rupees 2 will be earned, total contribution comes to rupees 2,000, that is less than the fixed cost of rupees 4,000, so ultimately there will be a loss of rupees 10,000. Sorry, 2,000, not 10,000. Now fifth trial, the first random number is 39, that is for selling price, it falls in the range 2069 and relevant selling price comes to 4. Second random number in the fifth trial is in the fifth trial is 68. That stands for variable cost. Yes. Okay. Variable cost $68 falls in the range 3089. So variable cost relevant is 2. 4 minus 2 contribution will be rupees 2. Now the random number 3. Random number 3 for fifth trial is 8. That is for sales quantity. Relevant range comes to 0029 and relevant sales quantity 2,000. 2,000 into 2. Total contribution amounting to 4,000 against total fixed cost of 4,000. So there will be no profit, no loss. Yes. Number 6, trial number 6. First random number is 59. That is for selling price. Range 2069 and relevant selling price comes to 4 rupees. Second random number in 6th trial is 66. That is for variable cost. 66 falls in the range 3089. So variable cost would be 2 rupees. Since the variable cost would be 2 rupees and selling price 4 rupees, the contribution will be 2 rupees. Okay. Now, the third random number in this trial is 90. That is for sales quantity. Falls in the range 6099. The relevant sales quantity comes to 5,000 units. 5,000. 5,000 units and 2 rupees contribution per unit. So total contribution of rupees 10,000 can be earned against fixed cost of rupees 4,000. So ultimately there can be a profit of rupees 6,000. Seventh trial. First random number 12. That is for selling price. 12 falls in the range 0019. So the selling price comes to 3. Second random number 64. That is for variable cost. It falls in the range 3089 and relevant variable cost comes to 2 rupees. 3 selling price, 2 rupees variable cost, so contribution comes to 1. Third random number in 7th trial is 79, that is for sales quantity and it falls in the range 6099 and relevant quantity comes to rupees 5000. 5000 units, 1 rupee contribution, total contribution of 5000 can be earned, from which we can write off fixed cost of 4000 and there will be a profit of rupees 1000. Okay. Now 8th trial, first random number 31 for selling price and relevant range is 2069, relevant selling price comes to rupees 4. Second random number 86 for variable cost, 86 falls in the range 3089, so variable cost comes to 2. 68, the third random number for sales quantity, falls in the range 6099, so sales quantity comes to 5000 in the 8th trial. Variable cost would be 4 minus 2, 2 rupees per unit. 5000 units, 2 rupees per unit contribution, so total contribution of rupees 10,000 can be earned against 4,000 rupees of total fixed cost, so the profit would be rupees 6,000. 9th trial, first random number 82, that is for selling price, relevant range is 7099, so selling price of rupees 5 can be there. Second random number 89 for variable cost and relevant range is 3089, 2 rupees, 5 minus 2 contribution would be rupees 3 per unit. Third random number for the 9th trial is 25, that is for sales quantity, it falls in the range 0029, so the sales quantity can be expected of 2000 units. 2000 into 3, total contribution amounting to rupees 6000, from which fixed cost wrote off, again we can write off 4000 and ultimately 2000 profit. Now the last trial, number 10, first random number is 11, that is for selling price, 11 falls in the range 0019, so the relevant selling price comes to 3 rupees. Second random number is 98, yes, highest possible is 99, so this is 98, falls in the range 1999. Second number stands for variable cost, so the possible variable cost for this trial comes to 3. 3 selling price, 3 variable, no contribution. 16 is the random number 3 for the 10th trial, that stands for sales quantity. 16 falls in the range 0029, so 2000 units can be the expected sales quantity for the last 10th trial, but no contribution and we have to write off 4000, so ultimately loss of rupees 2000, sorry, not 2000 but 4000 can be expected. See, if we consider the basics of marginal costing, loss is nothing. It is the outstanding fixed cost which we could not write off against the contribution, or the contribution is not sufficient to write off the fixed cost. The remaining amount is known as loss. See, in all these 3 cases, the contribution was not sufficient. Okay, we need to find out the average contribution as well as average profit. So let's go for totaling contribution, that comes to 61,000 and for profit it comes to 21,000. If we divide these two amounts by 10, because there are totals of 10 trials. These 10 are trials, so it comes to rupees 2,100, and you can reconcile. 6,100 is average contribution per trial minus fixed cost 4,000 per trial. The remaining amount 2,100 is average profit per trial. So this was another interesting case of simulation which we solved through the basics of marginal costing. I hope you can easily understand all these things. Don't forget to write this lecture and other lectures. Don't forget to recommend my videos, my lectures and my channel as well. PRSHNDPUAR on YouTube. If you have still not subscribed, do subscribe. That's it. Thank you very much.